I don't know. After hearing him calm and talking about the tether story, it's probable.
Go down to the county attorney's office. I think you'll find a lot of humans down there.
All right.
No disrespect.
Stop driving.
I'm flirting with the judge in front of my dad.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everyone doing today? Happy Thursday. Got a couple good ones for you. This first one was brought to my attention by our one and only No and No. Judge DiSanto decided to go back live after she shut down her live yesterday. And I don't know how many people saw this, but it's a very good and very creepy one. I can already see the comment section's going to blow up after seeing this guy. So I'm going to keep my opinions to a minimum so you guys can all tell me how you feel. All right. Before I get into it, I want to say thank you to Barbara for the super chat this morning. That was awesome. I very much appreciate it. And before I hit the play button, you already know what to do. Like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips if you'd like. Well, no, just do them. Get your cardio in. All right. Let's go.
All right, so we are going on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Jose Medina, 232343. And appearance, counsel?
Your Honor, good afternoon. Richard T. Serrano, P33828, appearing on behalf and with my client. Your Honor, we appear via Zoom, my client being in custody. We have no objection to that.
All right, and Mr. Medina, your name, please.
Jose Antonio Medina?
All right, thank you. And so, counsel, as to the arraignment.
Your Honor, I've advised my client what he's charged with, the maximum penalties involved, all possible consequences, also advised him of his constitutional rights. Thereby, we waive formal reading, stand mute.
Or waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment, and schedule this matter for pretrial on November 9th at 10:15 a.m. And as to bond, and then I'll give Detective Sergeant Crowe an opportunity to respond.
All right, Your Honor, for what my client tells me, he is a single male, supporting 0 children. He lives with his mother in Detroit. He's presently not working. He tells me he's collecting Social Security disability, and he gets approximately $1,100 per month with that. Your Honor, he tells me he's not on probation or parole. There are some unpaid tickets outstanding in Riverview he describes as civil infractions. And other than that, he does not have any warrants. He's had no criminal record, he tells me. So with that, Your Honor, we don't know who the victim is, according to my client, the alleged victim. So I'm sure the court is going to order some form of no contact, but we don't know who that person is. So, Your Honor, we'd ask for the court to consider a personal bond or bond he can reasonably expect to post. He tells me he's been in custody for 2 days. Thank you.
Mr. Medina, you're telling this court through your attorney that you do not know who the victim is in this matter. Is that what you're saying?
The one. What's that?
Who's Yolanda?
She's a girlfriend.
Okay.
And the mother of my child if we're pregnant.
I'm sorry?
And possibly the mother of my child if we're pregnant.
Possibly the mother of your child if she's pregnant.
Yeah. And I could possibly be a father now.
Okay. And so, all right, Detective Sergeant Grote, your name for the record, please.
Your Honor, Detective Sergeant Ken Grote.
And as to bond.
Your Honor, as far as the criminal history goes, Mr. Medina's been arrested several times. I spoke with the victim, Yolanda, at length. She feels like she's a prisoner in her own home. Mr. Medina controls her phone. He actually put a lock on her phone so she couldn't call me. I had to have her transported to the station. She was trying to get into the phone through the phone company. She says he controls every aspect of her life. She's not allowed to leave the house without his permission or him following her. She does not want him back at the house. No contact with him, no third party, nothing like that. We'll ask for $1,000, reassure his appearance in court and to make sure he stays away from her.
I ain't got a problem with that.
Well, good. You're going to write down the code for her phone right now for the detective.
It's not a code, it's like a design.
Good, draw the design out right now for the detective.
Problem with that?
I'm sorry?
I don't have a problem with that, to show him the design, it's not a
Good, you're
code.
going to draw the design right now for the detective.
Okay. The thing is like this, right?
Yep.
It goes like this, like that, like that, like that, like that.
Okay.
I ain't got a problem. She told me, she put me in charge of it. So that's what
No,
I'm.
sir. Remember I told you, nothing
Sir?
about the facts, sir.
If that turns out to not be the code, I'm letting you know, if that turns out to not be the code, that will be a bond violation.
Looks like.
I'm just informing you, sir. If that turns out to not be the correct code, that will be a bond violation.
That's okay. Because that's the code. I don't have a reason to lie. And I'm not lying.
Well, you've already indicated that your credibility is already in jeopardy because you claim that you don't know the victim in this manner. And now you're saying that maybe she's pregnant with your child. How is somebody pregnant with your child if you don't know that person?
I never did. Of the current charges that I never did.
Sir, this is not going to work very well if you're talking while I'm talking. So I missed half of what you said.
I'll be quiet.
No, you can speak when I'm done speaking. So what I'm saying is that I missed half of what you said because you were talking while I was talking. And I couldn't hear what you said. So what was it that you said?
I couldn't understand who it was. Because I didn't attack no one.
Okay. So let's see, I show a criminal conviction of 19th District Court for larceny. You have felony stolen property dismissed out of the 36th District Court. You have a slew of charges from E-Course in Detroit from 2009. In 2014, do you know what happened with those, sir?
I took care of it.
What does that mean? You took care of it.
I stopped and took care of it. I paid everything that I had to pay. And sold up to Courtney. Under my control. That's under your control or whatever it was.
Sir,
I'm not understanding the question.
you said you took care of it. Does that mean you pled guilty? Does it mean it was dismissed? I mean,
I don't
was it
remember.
reduced? What?
It was.
I'm sorry?
I don't remember. That's how far back it was.
Okay. Well, with this new change in these set-asides, that's a disastrous debacle for criminal histories and being able to see what's going on.
All right, with that comment, I can pause it and put in my 2 cents. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell if he's playing dumb or if he maybe has some MH issues. I don't know. But whatever it is, the victim is, in what I believe, in trouble. Melanie said it earlier. And just it does not bode well for the victim in this, for him to be acting this way in court, even if he is, legit dumb. I don't know, and I'm not gonna put my 2 cents in it because I don't know. I've watched this a few times and I don't know. And also, again, no, thank you for sending me this. And yeah, I had a feeling they were going to take it down. That's why I very much appreciate you sending me this last night, because I did not see that she went back live after she cut her live off yesterday. So this is a really good clip. And again, thank you for watching. All right, let's finish it off.
But
Your Honor, I apologize to the court. My client told me he had never had a criminal conviction. So lying to his lawyer isn't going to get him very far.
oh, you did not have the benefit of having the file, the actual file, because this was in a custody that we had to contact you to zoom in to represent Mr. Medina. You did not have the file at your disposal.
I'm really sorry, guys. My computer just froze up. I've got about 30 tabs open with courts, and whenever I do that, my internet does not like me when I do live. So hopefully that didn't freeze up for you, but it might have. But that's why I'm trying to keep my commentary to a minimum during this, because I know it's not going to be good today.
Sir, where is it you work?
Where's your work? She wants to know where you work. I don't work.
You don't work?
No.
How do you support yourself?
My benefits.
Your benefit? And what's the nature of your disability?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
How long have you been receiving benefits?
Since I was little.
11? Okay.
Little.
And
Since I was little.
it says here, I'm sorry?
Since I was little.
Okay. It says here in your marital status that you're married.
No, that's incorrect.
You're single?
Yes.
Okay. And you live with your mom?
I live on Homer.
And how long have you lived there, sir?
And I moved to Davis. And I gotta move back to Homer with my family, because that's where I originally came from.
Sir, let me ask this another way. How long have you been living on Davis Street?
For 1 summer, 2 summers, and a winter. That's how long I've been there. 1 summer, 2 summers, and a winter.
So about a year and a half or two
As long
years.
as the last job I had was Workbox, and before that, I was working at Minuteman, and I was working for GFL. I'm not working for GFL, but the staffing agency that I work for sent me to GFL, and they terminated me because I got injured. And I told them that I needed to sleep and to come back the next day, and they didn't understand that. Is there anything else?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out where you actually reside because I have 2 different addresses for you.
Those are
And
only
I
2
was told-
reside at. And where I've been at, that's my history.
Sir, you indicated to your attorney that you live in Detroit. However, you just indicated that you have resided in Wyandotte with Ms. Cavazos. So,
I don't know what's going on.
well, sir, I don't know where you live if you don't know where you
Mailing
live.
address is what I'm telling you.
What's that?
That's my mailing address, and my mail is on hold because of that. So what do you want me to tell you? I'm telling you the truth.
Which is
You
your
can ask-
mailing address, Davis or Homer?
Both. That's where I be at.
Sir, you can't live at two places. You can live at one and stay at another, or go visit, or what have you, but
I'm as calm as I told you.
do you have belongings at the Davis Street address, sir?
I got belongings at Davis Street, ma'am.
All right. And if you were to test today, sir, is there anything in your system?
Like, as far as,
Like what?
I'm not understanding that question. Can you explain
So
to
if
me?
if you were to drug test today, is there anything that would show up?
Oh, possibly marijuana, but I don't know. I wouldn't know that question and how to answer it to you.
Do you have a valid prescription for marijuana, sir?
I got counseling from what is it? Southwest Solution Counseling that I'm taking medication. As far as the doctor goes, that is giving to prescribing it to me.
Okay,
That I
so
got
you don't currently have a valid prescription
Yes, I do.
for marijuana?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, the court's going to order a $10,000, 10% bond in this matter. The court wants to ensure the safety of the defendant and to make sure that the safety of the victim, and to make sure that the defendant is going to appear. I'm sorry, what is that, sir? Because I'm still talking and I can't hear what you're saying.
Stuff in my system. I'm answering your question. I don't have that in my system. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't have what in your system?
Your question to you asked
You
if I'm currently on anything, the only thing I'm on is my medication and the food that
Yes,
I
I understand that, sir. I understand that. The court's issuing a $10,000, 10% bond with the following bond conditions. You're not to have any contact with Ms. Cavazos. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. Let me be very clear, sir. If bond is not posted and you're down at the Wayne County Jail, what I've learned recently, based upon other individuals' alleged violations, is that there is a tablet and that there is a phone. If you are communicating or attempting to communicate with Ms. Cavazos in any way, that will be a bond violation, sir. And if you did post bond, it will be revoked. If you did post bond,
my belongings.
please.
Go ahead. I'm
let
sorry.
me finish.
Go ahead, speak.
If you had not posted bond and you're still trying to communicate with her, the court will make sure that you do not have any form of communication available to you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're not to enter the home on Davis Street. You are allowed one visit to the premises to obtain your personal belongings, so long as you are accompanied by the police. What that means, sir, is that you contact the police department first, and then they will go with you to the home. You don't go there and then call the police. Got it?
I got it.
You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. That includes marijuana. You're indicating that you are prescribed marijuana. You have to provide proof of any prescriptions that you may have, sir. You're not to possess or have access to any firearms and or any weapons. Do you have any weapons, sir?
No, ma'am. I don't like.
You don't have any guns?
No guns, ma'am. I don't like guns.
The court will also note, in the event you do post bond, you are not to be released without GPS tethered through the Wayne County Jail, and the court will note house arrest, as you're not currently working. Any questions, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, and we'll see you back next Thursday, Mr. Medina.
Yes, Mr. Santos.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, yeah, that was fun. Hopefully my internet keeps up for the time that I talk. I'm going to let this last clip play through because my internet is just not doing well with so many tabs open. So this last one is just a disrespectful defendant, and the judge has enough of them. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not going to pause the rest of it. I promise I'm not going to. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe, do your jump kick backflips. If you want to donate, links in the description. It's going around in the chat too if you'd like to. I would very much appreciate it. And until next time, bye.
Are you going to assist with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So are you Samuel Ray Lewis, sir?
Yep.
So this is file 234040 SD3. It's the date and time of a final conference. Mr. Lewis is here from the Charlevoix County Jail by Zoom. Mr. Conley standing in for Mr. Johnson. Ms. Wilbur's here for the people. So when the final conference was held here, Mr. Lewis is charged with drunk driving first. The plea offer was operating while impaired. Operating while impaired. So what would Mr. Lewis?
It's not operating while intoxicated.
Right.
That's the, hang on. So that's the original charge, sir. Impaired is being offered to you. It's still a 93-day misdemeanor. The benefit, though, is the driver's license sanctions are a bit better from the Secretary of State. So that's the offer.
A year. They've already taken it away for a year.
Oh, well.
The offer, as I understand it, and we'll see if he wants to accept it but Mr. Johnson indicated it was going to be a plea as to impaired driving.
Yeah.
Dismiss the original charge and plead to impaired. And the impairment would be based on a combination of controlled substance and alcohol.
Okay. Yeah. So do you want to do that, Mr. Lewis?
As long as I can get sentenced today, right now, because I already have 97 days in on this crime.
And he's sitting for quite a while. He's getting sentenced at the end of November.
For what?
What are you being sentenced in November for, sir? Witness intimidation?
It has nothing to do with this county.
I know, I'm just asking you how long you're going to be there before sentencing. Somebody indicated it was November.
I'm going to be here for 125 days before I get sentenced.
Okay.
So where are you being sentenced and what are you being sentenced on?
Charlotte County. The attempted witness intimidation, I think.
I thought he said it wasn't where I am, or
He means like it's not here, I think. Not this county's charges.
Okay.
Charlotte County charges is my understanding.
all right. So witness intimidation, that's what you're going to be sentenced on in 125 days, is that right?
No, it's not right.
Well, then tell me what is right.
Yeah, it's attempt. It's still it's a 2-year. So it's circuit court sentencing.
Okay. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah.
All right. So Mr. Johnson was appointed to represent you. He's in another court right now. Are you okay with Mr. Conley representing you?
I just want to be sentenced and get this shit over with.
Well, so you will be sentenced. You know, I don't usually bargain with people telling me if I can be sentenced today, I'll plead guilty. You can stay there if you want to. All right. But don't use profanity either. And cool down the attitude. All right. Otherwise, I'll hold you in contempt. That'd be an extra 93 days. How about that? All right. You ready? Okay, Mr. Lewis, we don't have to do this today. Are you ready or not?
What am I ready for? I
To
already
plead
said I'm
guilty
guilty.
to. All right. So are you okay with Mr. Conley helping Mr. Johnson with this plea?
Yes.
All right. All right. Hopefully this goes good. Are you on any probation or parole?
No.
All right. So other than the impaired offer from the prosecutor, has anything else been promised to you, or have you been forced, threatened, coerced, or had anything done to you to make you plead guilty against your will?
No.
So it's your own free decision to plead guilty, right?
Yes.
And you've reviewed all of your rights to trial with Mr. Johnson, right?
Yes, I met with him one time.
All right, but you understand your rights to trial, right? And that you won't have a trial by pleading guilty, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, so we've already established Mr. Johnson was appointed. Let's see, May 16 of this year, Antrim County, you were operating a motor vehicle on M88, is that right, sir?
Correct.
Okay, you were pulled over. I guess you were run through sobriety tests. I think you had a blood test, and it was determined by the blood test you're under the influence of both alcohol and a controlled substance when this happened. Is that right?
That is incorrect.
Okay. So
I was
what were you under the?
Of 14 nanograms of Delta 9 cannabinoid, 14 nanograms and 40 nanograms. I was under the influence of amphetamine of 24 nanograms. There was no alcohol ever issued in any of my paperwork.
Okay, that's fine. But we just need to establish that you were impaired by those substances, right?
Correct.
Okay, Ms. Wilbur?
Your Honor, I have the lab results from the Michigan State Police. One of their labs indicates 0.03 grams of alcohol. A second lab indicates THC, and a third lab also indicates 111 nanograms of methamphetamine.
All right. So would you agree with those, sir?
Yes, other than the alcohol, because I never received the paperwork for that.
Okay, so he's established that he was under the influence of the methamphetamine and THC. So I'll accept the plea impaired. We'll dismiss the original charge. According to Mr. Lewis, he's got 97 days in. You know, I don't think getting an assessment here would provide any benefit. So let's go forward with sentencing. Mr. Khan.
Just, Your Honor, again, he's got the maximum in, so if you just want to sentence him to 93 days, credit for time served, no fines or minimal fines and costs, or if you can, obviously he's got bigger issues, he's going to have fines and costs out of Charlotte with you. So
Sure.
Any savings would be appreciated.
Okay. So, all right, Mr. Lewis, anything you want to say, sir?
The only thing I have a question on is the officer's report of refusal to submit to a chemical test was done at 1:26 in the morning. My alcohol and drug disbursement was at 1:05, and your warrant was at 1:15. How does that all work?
Well, so we're beyond that, sir, because you pled guilty. Okay, you're beyond that. That doesn't really matter at this point. You've admitted being impaired. I'm just wondering if you want to say something about sentencing, which you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm trying to help you.
Nope.
Okay, all right. So no probation. I'll waive all fines and costs and credit for time served.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you're all set, sir.